The minority leader and ranking member of the committee. And honorable members, because he has given me his words, I would have to take leave of you to go and preside over the house. So, please, Roxanne Dapomoko, just.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable nominee, first, I thank you for making time to answer questions as part of the process of your eventual appointment as a Minister of State. Let me also commend you for availing yourself for this process. I've sent you a paper. I want you to read the content aloud, and we shall begin our journey for the engagement. Please. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chairman. The paper handed to me has the peace prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
Fortified by this, I'm sure your faith will lead you to provide the necessary honest answers that will be required for the purpose of this engagement. My respected colleague, you rightly said that you and I have known each other for many years. Rightly so. In my days as an entrepreneur at trade fair, where I was running my transport logistics business, you as a young man rented some of my trucks to do business. And we've had a very excellent relationship since then. I won't be the person to obstruct your career path. In the least, I should guide as your senior brother. Going through your CV, you are 85 born, I'm 78. I've seen a lot that you are yet to see. Now, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. My respected colleague, Honorable Abu Jinapo, had posed a question to you regarding views you had earlier expressed about the Chief Justice. One of it was to the effect that she was deliberately delaying a suit in court. Which suit you and I notoriously know it to be the LGBT suit. Do you, with the benefit of St. Francis's prayer, which you have invoked, think that you were fair to my lady in the comment you made about her publicly? Which comment she's not had an opportunity to publicly rebut. Do you think you were fair?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, given the facts available to me at the time I made those comments, I believe that they were made in good faith at the time I made the comment.
The benefit of hindsight, and now that you know, and granted, I just want to be fair to you. The case had certain applications flying here and there, and there were parties to it, and the respondent defendant's lawyer had made certain applications to the court, which I'm sure you didn't know at the time, correct?
Mr. Chair, I knew.
Okay, if you did, then the various adjournments which were occasioned by the defendant lawyers couldn't have been the cause of my lady, the Chief Justice, correct?
Mr. Chairman, respectfully, I disagree.
So, it is your case for public records that Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, deliberately delayed the suit that was before the Supreme Court. It is your case.
Mr. Chairman, my argument had always been...
Honorable nominee, respectfully, is it your case that the LGBT case mounted by my respected friend Richard Delasky, barrister at law, etc., was deliberately delayed by the Chief Justice of the Republic? Is that your position? Yes, no?
Mr. Chairman, the description are your attributions, not mine. My words were that she had the power to move the case faster than it was being done. And subsequent actions after the demonstration that I led have actually proved my position to be true. That when the Chief Justice gives a timeline, everybody, respondent or plaintiff, Attorney General inclusive, must abide by it. When she invoked her powers, everybody complied. So my contention that she could have expedited it if she had given earlier timelines were proving right by her subsequent actions. Thank you.
Do you think that prior to your comment, she was not doing her job well? Is that your case?
Mr. Chairman, I thought she could have done better in the exercise of her public office.
Do you think that your commentary was fair to her?
Mr. Chairman, I believe that all public officers are subject to constructive criticism, and I consider my comments constructive criticism.
Honorable Sam George, the process of empaneling, the process a case travels involving parties cannot be at the instance of the Chief Justice of the Republic. Do you agree to that?
The rules of procedure dictate who is responsible for empaneling of judges in cases.
Do you have evidence that my lady, the Chief Justice, delayed in empaneling justices for the case?
Mr. Chairman, there was never a question about a delay in empaneling. There was a question about a delay in hearing.
What occasioned the delay in hearing?
Mr. Chairman, I believe that only the Chief Justice can explain to this House why, when she gave us a date of July 18th for ruling, when we appeared before her on the 18th of July, she chose to adjourn ruling on the matter indefinitely. I can't speak to her reasoning.
Were you a party in the case?
Not directly, sir.
Were you a party in the case? Were you a party in the suit?
Not on the record.
Had you filed as an interested party in the suit, Mr. Sam George?
Not on the record.
Was it fair?
Leader, you just
Chairman, thank you very much. Honorable nominee, you have just answered to the question from the ranking that you were not a party of record in the matter under interrogation. And you also did not file as an amicus. But can you confirm whether the subject of the litigation affected you?
Very much so. I was one of 8 sponsors of the bill before the court.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Chairman, I would want to respectfully crave the indulgence of my colleagues to allow us to have a good understanding of what we are doing. Have a smooth inquisition that will help democracy. Very uninterrupted. So, you have answered to a follow-up question that you had an interest in the case.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Yet you didn't deem it fit to get into the case through your lawyer or by yourself.
Mr. Chairman, I had absolute trust in the representation for Mr. Speaker, who was a plaintiff and who, in my opinion, represented the interest of the sponsors of the bill. Thank you.
You mean the defendant, because the parliament was a defendant?
Correct, Mr. Chairman.
Nominal defendant for that matter, because the principal defendant in the matter was the Attorney General. It being a constitutional matter.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
So I'm asking you that when you say we were given a date, what were you referring to?
I was referring to the defendants in the case.
Which defendant you were not part of on record?
Not on record.
So you agree with me that when you not being a defendant and you not being a party in the suit, having criticized the Chief Justice in the manner you did was unfair to her office. You would agree with me?
Mr. Chairman, unfortunately, no.
Very well. When the Chief Justice who presided adjourned the suit sine die, indefinite, adjourned without a date, did you talk to the defendant's lawyers, that is the lawyers for Parliament, as to the reason?
Yes, I did, and they said no reason was given for the adjournment. The Chief Justice said she wanted to hear the substantive case before giving a judgment on the injunction case, because there were 2 cases before the court, the substantive case and the case for injunction. Now, the decision not to give a ruling on the injunction case basically and technically stayed in the hand of Parliament indefinitely, because so long as there was no ruling, Parliament could not appeal, Parliament could not act. It held Parliament in abeyance for almost 5 months.
Is that what the lawyers told you? Because we would then need to subpoena the lawyers to take the oath, because you are anchoring your criticism of the learned Chief Justice of the Republic to something that is done. So I just want to know from you whether the lawyers told you. I'm not done.
Leader, can I, with respect?
No problem, no problem.
Yeah, please.
I have all the words.
Yeah. Okay, you can come in, please. Be
Chairman,
brief,
thank
please.
you. Chairman, thank you very much. Honorable nominee, you just answered to a question that you made some comments after the court's adjournment
Yes, please.
in the matter.
Yes,
by way of criticism.
Yes, please.
Can you confirm? Let me, Chairman, please. Can we have some order around the table, Chairman?
Please go ahead. Let's have one meeting, please. Please go ahead.
Mr. Nominee, let me avert your mind to the constitutional provision contained in Article 21, one of the Constitution. Now, may I put it to you, and by way of a yes and no, that whether your right as encapsulated in Article 21(1), which is to this effect, all persons shall have the right to freedom of speech and expression, which shall include freedom of the press and other media, and B, freedom of thought, conscience, and belief, which shall include academic freedom. Can you confirm to this committee, yes or no, whether the exercise of that right to criticism was framed, anchored on this provision of the Constitution, which guarantees that freedom?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, leader, please continue.
Mr. Sam George,
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
did you receive any information regarding the reasons for the adjournment sine die from the lawyers for the second defendant parliament?
Mr. Speaker, I wasn't client to the lawyers, so they didn't need to give me any information.
Did the lawyers tell you that the inability of the court to make a pronouncement on the said dates affected the work of Parliament?
Mr. Chairman, I don't think it's in the place of the lawyers to determine what affects the work of Parliament. That's the role of Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
You had said that because of the decision of that day, Parliament could not proceed with its work, and that affected its work for some 5 months, correct?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Did that information come from the lawyers to you?
Mr. Chairman, that information came to me from my reading of Article 106 of the Constitution, and with your leave, I would read.
Yes, please. Kindly take the leave of chair, not me.
Yes. Mr. Chair, do I have your permission? So I read Article 106(7) of the Constitution, and that's what shall signify within 7 days after, unless the bill has been referred by the President to the Council of State under Article 90 of this Constitution. Parliament was unable, in fact, there was a letter, a cease and desist letter, signed by then Executive Secretary to the President, Nana Asante Bediotwo, asking Parliament not to transmit the bill as passed by Parliament, premised on the fact that there was a pending court case. Even though I think it's important we take judicial notice that his letter to Parliament came a day before any lawsuit was filed before the courts. Thank you.
I am asking you, do you think that your attack on the Chief Justice of the Republic had any basis in the exercise of those your constitutional rights?
Mr. Chairman, respectfully, I did not attack the Chief Justice. I criticized her, and she's not above criticism. Thank you.
In context, your criticism of her, what you said?
I'm unable to repeat any of those here, Mr. Chairman, because it's being the exigencies of time have overtaken it. If there is any specific reference you would like to make, I'm willing to respond to that. Thank you.
Did you write on your social media wall those criticisms? Did you write them?
I want to believe that I express my views on social media house. Yes.
We would give you an opportunity to refer to your social media wall and read aloud and in full those criticisms that you don't readily remember. So go to your social media wall, pick it, we'll give you time so that you can read it, then we can proceed.
Mr. Chairman, I don't know about the ranking member, but I'm extremely active on social media. In fact, one of the most active politicians in this country on social media. It will be an exercise for me to say that I am scrolling through the hundreds and thousands of posts to begin to scan and identify. If I had been given foreknotice of this, I could have gotten a team to do that. But I believe that if there's a particular case that is in question, I could be referred to it. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, our proceedings allow a member time to rely on an important document. Therefore, if the member will need time to go through the particular post, we would give him the time. He should be able to furnish us with that. So, Chairman, with the greatest respect, let him have the time to make that available.
Mr. Chairman, if there is the need for evidence of that, I can subsequently provide that to the committee. I can print out my entire timeline history for the purposes of the committee, because I will not be able to tell what would be of interest to the questioner. So I'll print out my entire timeline for the committee subsequent to this engagement. Thank you.
Honorable Roxon. Honorable Roxon, you have the floor.
Chairman, thank you very much. Honorable nominee, social media has been defined in our statutes. How many social media platforms do you have? And which one particularly is in question? We know of Facebook, we know of Twitter, which is now X, we know of WhatsApp pages, we know of TikTok. So Chairman, it will be prudent and for the ranking member to be specific, because social media refers to a plethora of other media platforms that are deployed in cyberspace. So if he can be specific, then I believe that the nominee can be properly guided and to also tailor his answers to those particular references. With all due respect, Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Leader, would you like to be specific on the issue you've just raised?
Chairman, before I proceed, I want to suggest to you to kindly reiterate an earlier call by the chair of this committee, which call was to some of our colleagues who join us but are not members. I don't want to mention a name. I repeat, I don't want to mention a name. But I want to urge my colleagues who are joining us, you may say something not for the record, But when I hear this requires mutual respect. Some of you are knowing Sam George for the first time. The minority is supposed to do its work. So if you are a first timer and you are here by the grace of God, take this opportunity and learn and not to call your leader names. If you attempt to act in a manner unbecoming of a backbencher who has just joined parliament, you will be schooled to know the courtesies that are accorded leaders, especially when a leader is on a firm ground in his duties. Honorable nominee, my respected colleague, in your own words, you have had the occasion to to criticize the Chief Justice of the Republic in a matter that you were not a party to, correct?
Correct.
In your own words, these criticisms were written on your social media platform, correct?
Not exclusively. Other times I spoke about them on national media platforms.
So for our purpose, let's deal with those that you wrote on your social media platforms, correct?
Very well, Mr. Chairman.
Very well. Now, my question to you is, do you remember the exact words that you used in describing the Chief Justice in your criticisms?
It will be difficult because, like the Majority Chief Whip had pointed out, I do not even know which specific platform you're referring to. I have accounts on Facebook, in fact, 2 accounts on Facebook, a private page and an official page. I have an X account, I've got an Instagram account, I've got a TikTok account, I've got a LinkedIn account. So it's, like, once again, I repeat that, Mr. Chairman, I'll be grateful if specifics could be applied to the issue here. Thank you.
So my question to you is, which of the platforms did you use in your supposed constructive criticism of the Chief Justice in a matter that you were not a party to?
Yes.
Please carry.
Yes. Chairman, with all due respect to Rankin, we sat in law school classroom together. We graduated together. And we are both seasoned practitioners. And we've done criminal prosecution. And we understand the principles. He who alleges must prove. You are interrogating a nominee alleging certain matters. He has given answers. You may not like the answers. It is up to you to put into the further and better particulars. That when I refer to the fact that you made certain comments by way of criticism of the CJ, it was on a so and so and so social media platform. Here are the prints. In fact, in the course of this committee's work, you have demonstrated that those abilities, you brought information and material particulars before the committee and referenced nominees to speak to them. Some you actually labeled them, exhibit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in this matter, with all due respect to him, if he hasn't got information, he may still make progress. But if he wants to stay on this course, then you should be providing information by way of material particular so the honorable nominee can speak to by admitting to same or denying same, so we can make progress. With all due respect, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Leader, just give me a second. Well, I am presiding over this vetting, and you are talking about matters of law. I think as a presiding chair, I have the right to give space for some of my team members to be able to defend matters of law, for me to be able to make an informed decision. And it is for that reason that I'm allowing Honorable Roxanne to come in, leader. And I hope that that is fine with you. Thank you. You may continue.
I don't have a problem at all. This exercise is good. Posterity will deal with this, and the jury is out there. Students, for many years to come, will refer to these proceedings. But since my respected colleague and classmate has taken us to the classroom, the classroom that we are, we have to do some exercise there. The issue that is being discussed has been attested to by the nominee. It isn't the case that he's denying knowledge of any criticism. He said he has done so. And he says he stands by it. It is on that basis that I am asking him. He should tell us the very thing that he is admitting to. He should tell us where he did it. He himself said some was by words of mouth on platforms. He said it in the media. Some too, he posted them. So he should be able to tell us in an honest way where he posted them. If, as it were, he had said that, oh, he doesn't remember ever saying it, he hasn't said anything at all, then I would ask him to identify a document and speak to it and find out whether he is the one who authored it. But he says he has done something. And I'm asking him to now tell us where he did it. It's as simple as that, Chairman. So he's supposed to answer that question.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, once again, I reiterate my answer that I'm unable to know which of the platforms I have posted on that he is referring to. And let me state, for attacked the Chief Justice. It doesn't amount to an attack on her. It's a critique of her. But I'll be grateful, and I'm willing to identify any documents that are available, and I'll speak to them with all integrity and honesty. Thank you.
You have your constitution with you.
Yes, please.
Earlier, the Honorable Roxanne spoke about your rights in the law, and you read the rights, that you had a right to freedom of speech, correct?
That's correct. The Honorable Roxanne read that.
Go to Article 41 of the same Constitution. Read the side note.
Duties of a citizen.
Repeat it.
Duties of a citizen.
What? I didn't hear.
Duties of a citizen.
Go to Article 41D. Read 41D aloud.
The exercise and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations, and accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen to respect the rights, freedoms, and legitimate interest of others, and generally to refrain from doing acts detrimental to the welfare of other persons.
Very well. Very well. I shall, Chairman, with your leave. Chairman, with your leave, I shall through you, forward to the nominee a document for him to read aloud. I have a series of them. Read number 9. Number 9.
SB 1 series.
Must we be prompting you? You get you. What is this?
You can read
We have agreed to do so. Honorable, order, Chairman, honorable nominee, you have, I've turned to number 9. You've seen it labeled.
Yes, please, number 9.
Please read the content of that post of yours aloud.
There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that the current Chief Justice is engaged in judicial thuggery and poses an existential threat to the dispensation of justice in an equitable, fair, and just manner. Such partisan behavior at the apex court of our judiciary must not be entertained and must be condemned with all the force reasonable people can muster. Judicial gangsterism is a precursor for the breakdown in the dispensation of justice and the doctrine of the rule of law. Common sense ought to be an ingredient in the dispensation of justice.
My respected colleague, what you have just read, was it authored by you?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
What date was this authored?
On the 27th of March, 2024.
Now, on the 27th of March, 2024, you wrote this about the Chief Justice of the Republic, correct?
Yes, I did.
You have again read Article 41D. For the avoidance of doubt, read it. At the risk of being repetitive, read it one more time.
Mr. Chairman, I remember the content.
Read it one more time.
Well, I'm not going to read the heading again. I'll just read the 41D.
I am asking you a question, honorable nominee.
Yes.
Once the question is allowed, you cannot overrule it.
The
I'm saying
exercise-
read 41, yes, in full. Read 41D.
The exercise and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations, and accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen to respect the rights, freedoms, and legitimate interests of others, and generally to refrain from doing acts detrimental to the welfare of other persons.
My respected colleague, what you have just read as your constitutional duty, and what you have also read as your constitutional rights, if you reconcile, would you say that all those words you used to describe the Chief Justice were fair?
Mr. Chairman, that post was premised on my understanding and reading of Article 296 of the Constitution, and I would proceed to read with your leave.
That's okay. Please proceed.
The side note is exercise of discretionary power. Where in this Constitution or in any other law discretionary power is vested in any person or authority, A, that discretionary power shall be deemed to imply a duty to be fair and candid. B, the exercise of the discretionary power shall not be arbitrary, capricious, or biased based on resentment, prejudice, or personal dislike, and shall be in accordance with due process of law. And C, where the person or authority is not a judge or other judicial officer, there shall be published by constitutional instrument or statutory instrument regulations that are not inconsistent with the provision of this Constitution or that aid or that other law to govern the exercise of the discretionary power. Discretionary power is vested with the Chief Justice. She exercised same in the matter before her. My views were what I expressed in the post.
When did you say you posted those comments?
27th of March 2024 at 6:34 a.m.
What occasioned this post?
Activities that had gone on the previous day in court.
Can you share with us the activities that had gone on in the previous day in court and in which matter?
It was in the anti-LGBTQ case, the case you referenced earlier on. I don't really remember all the details, but I'm fully aware that my comments were in reference to the actions that had happened the day before in court.
You had earlier said that your criticism was premised on a July 28th disappointment. Now you are referring to a March post. So which is which? Just reconcile.
Chairman, at no point in my previous answer did I say that my displeasure with the Supreme Court and the Chief Justice was exclusive to the July 18th ruling. The case had started in court from the 5th of March. I made reference to the fact that the July 18th ruling is what led me to lead a national demonstration against the Chief Justice.
So what exactly did the Chief Justice do to you on the 5th of July, of March 2024? 24, you said 23rd.
27th of March.
This post was 27th of March. And you are saying that based on what happened in court on the 26th of March. And can you tell us exactly what happened on the 26th of March, which led to such description of the Chief Justice of the Republic?
Mr. Chairman, let me be clear that I have answered this already and stated that I don't really remember all the actions that happened there. But again, let me be very quick to add that post this social media post, the Chief Justice has had occasion to write to me on 2 occasions through the Judicial Secretary. The Chief Justice is clothed with the powers of contempt. If she thought and held the view that legally I had erred, the Supreme Court of Ghana is not one that has shied away from using its contempt powers. They have failed to hold me for contempt because I have not erred, and I'm sure that the Chief Justice herself and the Judicial Council and the Supreme Court recognize that constructive criticism is helpful for the dispensation of our justice system. Thank you.
So you hold a view that those words used in describing the Chief Justice of the Republic to you remain constructive and nothing less?
I hold that view, sir.
Clerk, kindly furnish me the document. Honorable nominee, please let's go to your CV. Please, where were you born?
I was born in Somanya in the eastern region of Ghana.
I'm not familiar with Somanya. Is it in the eastern region of the country?
Mr. Chairman, I just stated that I was born in Somanya in the eastern region of Ghana.
Now, Krobo, Odumase, and Somanya, are they the same?
I am unable to respond accurately to that. I'm not sure about that. But I believe that one of the MPs from the Krobo area is present in the committee. He can help us with the geography.
Honorable nominee, respectfully, are you familiar with Krobo Odumase?
Yes, I know the constituency the lower Manya Krobo, the lower Manya Krobo constituency and upper Manya, yes.
I'm not talking about constituency. I'm talking about a town called Krobo, Odumase Krobo.
Yes, I know a town like that exists, Mr. Chairman.
Very well. And I'm asking you whether that town and Somenya are the same or different.
I am unable to answer. I told you I'm not very conversant with the geography of the area.
Did you live in Somenya where you were born?
Chairman, before you came in, when I did the introductory part, I stated that I was born in Somanya, but I grew up in Nigeria. My mother is here, my birth mother is here, and if you want her to swear the oath, she will, to testify on at what age she took me. But I was taken to Nigeria at the age of 6 months. At that age, I don't think I would have been in a position to know what my surroundings were. Thank you.
Honorable nominee, are you currently in possession of a birth certificate?
I don't have my birth certificate here, but I own one.
Is it a very old one or the digital birth certificate?
Mr. Chairman, it's a very old one. My parents have done very well to preserve it.
And that has your place of birth as Somenya?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
You are in possession of a Ghanaian passport?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. 2, actually, but under the same name. A regular passport and a diplomatic passport, all under the name Samuel Nate George. Thank you.
The Ghanaian passport you have, does the place of birth bear Somenya?
Both do, Mr. Chairman.
So you would disagree with anybody who would suggest that you were born in Odumase Krobo? You would disagree?
My parents told me I was born in Somanya. They are the best to determine and tell me where I was born. Thank you.
Honorable nominee, on your CV, you have indicated that you have undertaken a number of courses.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
But before then, you have indicated that you speak English, Ga, Dangbe, and Twi.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Do you speak any language of Nigerian origin?
Moso Yoruba, dear, sir.
You speak Yoruba?
Yes, I do, and a bit of Igbo. I can tell you my name, Ahambu Sam George.
Don't pay attention to my questions. Pay attention to my questions. And then answer my questions. Not for the gallery, but for me. All right? Do you speak Yoruba?
Fairly.
You speak a bit of Igbo?
Yes, please.
To take the leave of Mr. Chair to amend your CV to include Yoruba.
With the leave of Mr. Chairman, if it pleases the committee for me to have to, but I just put the Ghanaian languages I spoke on my CV.
But it is here you stated languages spoken. Languages spoken. So I'm asking, since you say you speak Yoruba, that would you want to take the leave of Mr. Chair to amend to reflect that?
Yes, Mr. Chair, it can be amended with the leave of Mr. Chair.
Leave granted, amendment accordingly carried out.
Now, you have stated hometown to mean to be Old Ningo. We've had different descriptions of hometown. So tell you how you come by hometown.
I believe on my CV it says Ahriam, Old Ningo. And Ahriam is where my father hails from, where my father comes from. So that's where my father's house is.
And mom too from there?
My mom is from Old Ningo Town itself.
Your CV, page 1, you have indicated that you have a BSc Agricultural Engineering, Soil and Water Engineering specialization from KNUST. May I know from you, at KNUST, were you a member of TESCON?
Never.
Did you at any point join TESCON outside of, at any of the institutions that you studied?
Never, Mr. Chairman.
So you disagree with any report to the effect that you were once upon a time a member of TESCON?
That would be an unfortunate lie. I disagree with it.
The states, as part of our vetting, you know that we request for due diligence reports from state security. So, as at January 27, 2025, state security has it that you were once upon a time a member of TESCON.
This is part of the reason why I'm on record to have said that the new Mahama administration has to overhaul our entire state security apparatus, because it's woefully ineffective if it says I've ever been a member of TESCON. Thank you.
Very well. And you would also disagree to the information given to us that you were not born in Odumasu Krobo. You disagree with them?
Absolutely.
Now, you have on page 2 of your CV. Let's go to page 2. You said you have executive masters in international strategy and diplomacy, London School of Economics and Political Science, correct?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
You have the certificate with you?
Not here, but I can furnish the committee with it. If
Chairman, with your leave, would want to take that later, since he doesn't have it now.
No problem.
Certified true copy later, you can let us have it.
I would quickly make the request to the LSE for a certified true copy.
You have the certificate with you. You have graduated.
I have the original certificate framed. You're asking for a certified true copy.
No, but you can certify it. You can get it certified. Any notary public.
I would choose to get it certified from the university that issued the certificate for the purposes of this committee. I'll make the request to the LSE.
This perhaps is a legal question, so it's all right if you understand it, sir. Well, for the benefit of your supporters, we are here to also help you. I know you've done LLB. I know you've done LLB. You've not been called to the bar yet. You don't need to write to your school to give us a certified copy. Once you are in possession of the original, a notary public who cites the original can certify. That is the law, which they should know. Now, would you be able to furnish us with a certified copy of that certificate?
If it pleases the committee, Mr. Chairman.
When did you start the program? And when did you finish the program?
September 2021, and I submitted my dissertation in July 2022.
How did you pursue the program?
in person.
Now, at all material times, you were a member of parliament. September 2021. You said, when did you finish it in 2022?
In July 2022.
So between September 2021 and July 2022, you were a full-time member of parliament. And this school is in the United Kingdom. So share with us how you pursued the program.
Mr. Chairman, I believe that speaks to my dedication and diligence when I put my mind to something. I spent most
Honorable
time...
nominee, how did you pursue the program?
Mr. Chairman, that's where I'm going to, respectfully.
I'm just saying that to help you go straight so that we can finish with you on time.
Mr. Chairman, my program was an executive master's program, and I had multiple class periods and assignment periods. So in every month, we had 10 days of physical contact. And then you had essays that you had to present or submit in the ensuing period until the next class. And so again, if the committee would want for me to show evidence of my travel record, I will show how I spent 10 days in London with the leave of Mr. Speaker sometimes, and when I returned to Ghana to make sure that I stayed within the courses. And I had to do that between September and May. June, July, and August. June and July were not, you didn't need to be in person because that was when we're working on our dissertation. Thank you.
Okay, so you are telling us that, so from September, every month, you were spending 10 days in the United Kingdom, every month.
Give or take, yes, please.
No, let's be specific, because you say we can check that from your travel records and all. I just want us to be very specific in the answers. So September, when you started in September you went to UK for 10 days and came back, correct?
Mr. Chairman, that's why I said give or take. There were times when, because of travel periods, and that was at that time, there were still COVID travel restrictions. So there were times when I had to spend 14 days. There were times when I was able to do 12 days because the regulations in the UK were very fluid at the time. For some times, at the early parts, you had to do a 2-day quarantine after entering the UK before you could make yourself available. So yes, I may have gone to school for 10 days, but my travel time included 2 days of quarantine when I entered the UK, so it could have been 12 days. So give or take, it was 10 days at every time.
So you were doing it month on month, correct?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
So you can furnish us with evidence of September travel, October travel, November, December, all the way to May, as you said.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, with your leave, would the nominee has promised to furnish us. So
Leave is hereby granted.
very well. So, honorable nominee, we'll take that one.
I recognize a follow-up question from Honorable Roxanne.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Nominee, did you pursue this program with public funds?
Absolutely not. Fully funded by myself.
Now, this program, do you have an online component of it?
Yes, please. The submission of your essays and all of that.
No, please. My question was very specific. There is an in-person, so I want to find out whether there is an online component of the program. That's all.
Yes, there was an online component.
So in addition to traveling to London, you pursue some aspect of the coursework whilst here?
That's correct.
Chairman, that will be all.
Chairman, I'm taking note of the supposed follow-up which come in multiples, and they are indeed substantive. Mr. Roxanne has had his time, but anyway, I would tolerate him. It's fine. Okay, so when when did you graduate?
I believe it was in December. I attended my graduation, I think, either in December 2022 or January 2023. I need to refresh my memory, but I think it was in December 2022. It's a matter of public
Okay, I'm
record.
sure when we get the certificate, we'll get to know. Now, you said that you fully funded yourself.
Yes, please.
How much did it cost you?
Mr. Chairman, are you asking me the cost of the course or the cost of the entire program? Because that
Okay,
would
I'll
include,
break it down. Don't worry.
That would include travel.
Don't worry. I'll break it down for you. First, let's deal with your tuition fee. How much did it cost you in tuition?
I would have to check with my accounts to determine how much it cost. This was a fee I paid about 4 years ago.